Welcome back, everybody. So I know that this is Doc's favorite. We should have a conspiracy theory corner, except that whenever that you get into it, you see my eyes roll back in my head. I can't help it. I try and be as generous and as empathetic to your love of conspiracy theories.
That's because of your enormous normalcy bias.
Yeah, fair enough. But, you know, the fact that I'm right most of the time kind of reinforces that bias in a way.
You're a big giant Google.
I just said one of my favorite conspiracy theories was that that Obama was going to resign so that Biden could appoint him, which is not, I mean, resigning and having the vice president do it, that's not unprecedented. But William Howard Taft was a chief justice after he served as president. So presidents can go in the Supreme Court. If they're qualified and they're lawyers, I guess. But that was my favorite. Or the one that I heard that that right now Barack is making a backroom deal with Hillary to get himself nominated, and then put his entire weight behind her to give the old forearm shiver to Senator Bernie Sanders. You know, I like that one too.
Yeah. Well, the first one, I'm not. You know, here's what the problem is. Obama likes the limelight quite a bit. He likes his lifestyle, and if you're a Supreme Court justice, you kind of shift to the background a little bit. I mean, you're not out in the spotlight. And so from a personality standpoint, I don't quite buy that one. I do buy that second one. I buy that, hey, listen, let's make a deal kind of thing. That's what he does. He's good at it, and he's great at Chicago politics, which is what this smacks of. Now, here are some things that I've seen on Facebook and even on Fox. They had something on Fox. Oh, you know, Justice Scalia dropped over dead unexpectedly. Guy is 79 years old and fat. There's nothing
and a chain smoker.
And a chain smoker. There's nothing unexpected about him dying at that point, right?
Yep.
Number two, and this one is what makes me stop and go, yeah, I'm not sure it's a conspiracy, but I do think it's, you know, Hanlon's razor kind of thing. And that is, oh yeah, he died of a heart attack. That's what we think. And there's no autopsy. Right? They're already clearing what happened to him without an autopsy. All you know is his heart stopped. There's a lot of reasons your heart stopped, and they're not going to do an autopsy. They've already declared it, which is completely against the protocols that you have when you find somebody mysteriously dead at a resort. You grab them, you go, why did he die? And you do the autopsy, and then you move on.
I read that the family declined to do it. So they didn't want it done.
See, I've not read that.
Yeah, I saw that there wasn't any elucidation on that point, but that the family said they just want him flown back to Virginia as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't. Well, a lot of them are saying, well, you know, it's the Clintons. Don't get me wrong, they got a long trail of bodies, but it doesn't do them any good to kill Justice Scalia. Well, you know, the guy's got 4 years left, maybe.
Maybe, right. The thing that just cracks me up when I'm reading this stuff is there are these people out there who wouldn't convict a guy after a 2-day jury trial with his written confession and him on a videotape, are sitting there acting as though they're as sure as they've seen all the evidence themselves. It's the most amazing thing ever. With no evidence, they could sit and acquit a guy that they know did it, but are convinced with no evidence that foul play is involved. It's my favorite part of this particular topic.
Oh yeah. And there's Bernie is behind it. That was one of my favorites. How is Bernie going to, you have to look at who is going to benefit from this. Yep. It's not going to benefit Bernie. It's not going to benefit the Clintons. It definitely doesn't help the Republicans at all. I saw a couple of them out there that said that they were hoping to get this out of the way and then get a Republican president. Right. None of this makes sense. He was an old guy in bad health, as outlined by Ruth Ginsburg. Yep. And then, well, maybe she did it. Maybe she just got mad and went, I'm tired of talking to this old fat guy. Whack, whack, you know.
Yeah, now, she has a pretty particular exercise regimen, but I think she's, 5'2"? Yeah. Or like 5'1", like 98 pounds soaking wet.
She could be a poisoner.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So. Well, but do you think that all of this stuff now, because, I mean, it's not just the Washington Post, and we can both agree that this kind of stuff in places like the New York Times, Washington Post, Fox, wherever. Come on. I mean, let's leave this on WorldNet Daily. Let's let Alex Jones rant and rave about this kind of stuff on his news show. But do you think that this kind of thing is going to have a discernible effect on the rest of not just the presidential election, but on the nomination process.
Oh, yeah. I think, all this.
Do you think there are senators that believe it?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think our Iowa senators are pretty bright. I think for the most part, our congressmen are pretty bright, except for the guy that represents Iowa City. But the bottom line is you have a lot of people that get elected that say a lot of stupid stuff that they really believe. And so I do believe that some of these conspiracy theories are going to have an impact, particularly that one about Obama making a backdoor deal over this thing. I think that one has, because it sounds
to get himself
feasible.
on the court?
Yeah, I think that one sounds pretty feasible,
Well, I don't think that we haven't nominated a president in over to be on the Supreme Court in over 100 years. I just don't see that happening.
I don't either, but I'm just saying that's the one that's going to be most impactful. We have to wrap up the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Blake, you doing anything this week?
Yeah, I'm playing at Ducktail, and there's in honor of Justice Scalia. It's going to be a flim flam and jiggery pokey type show.
All right, I'm glad to hear it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. See y'all next week. Joe, send your check.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Shaw, and I love these guys. Both of them.
Love these guys. Get over here. Love both of them.